good afternoon and welcome to Teleislas News with the most important news of the day. After the rise of the dollar, House Representative Jay Pand asked the national government to implement measures to lower the cost of the family basket in the islands.
In view of the high cost of the basic products of the family basket in the island, Congresswoman Elizabeth J. Pang requests in the plenary session of the Congress of the Republic immediate actions to the national government to seek measures to lower the family basket, which is now being affected with the increase of up to 30% due to the rise of the dollar.
Quiero pedir también la colaboración a el Congreso de la República.
I want to ask for the cooperation of the Congress of the Republic due to the difficult economic situation that the archipelago of San Andres is going through. On the island of San Andres, when the dollar goes up, the family basket also goes up. I want to emphasize that today a kilo of meat costs 36,900 pesos on the island of San Andres, when in Bogotá we can get it for 12,000 pesos. Port fees also go up. The whole family basket goes up in San Andres when the dollar goes up. I especially want to call the attention of the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Transportation to take measures to remove San Andres from the payment of port fees.
The Congresswoman also requests a strict price control to commercial establishments and indicated that she will continue to make efforts to support the economy of the island affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and the passes of Hurricane Eta and Iota.
San Andres was the place chosen for the Caribbean region meeting of the anti-smuggling program, which seeks to create strategies to combat this crime. Sylvette Mitchell with more information.
Hello, Lisa. Good afternoon. Well, yes, the departmental government confirmed that this 19 and 20 of August, there will be a meeting between the different Secretary of Finance of the Caribbean region. So this meeting will be here in San Andres, and we was talking a little while ago with the Secretary of Finance of here of the department, Luis Viloria, and him said that this meeting will be to create strategies to combat this crime.
7 secretarios de Hacienda.
7 secretaries of finance. Another Secretary of Finance from Antioquia is also part of the anti-smuggling program but does not belong to the Caribbean region. However, he wanted to join the training that will take place on the island of San Andres on the 19th and 20th in a training program to discuss all the policies and measures that are being discussed in the anti-smuggling program, especially fighting against the scourge and against the ban on tobacco, liquor, alcohol, and cigarettes.
The Secretary Luis Viloria also said that the first meeting will be in the auditorium of the National Police here in the department, and the second meeting will be in the Sunrise Hotel. So Teleislas News will be very aware of which team then go in touch here in this meeting and what will be the conclusion. This is all information. Lisa Wigate.
Thank you, Sylvette. And in other news, this news agency spoke to the new director of the foundation, Proarchipielago, in this way to get to know his expectation, and he assumes leadership for this well-known foundation.
Good evening, Lisa and all the TV viewers. Well, in a press release, the Proarchipielago Foundation talked about the new director, who will be Erlid Arroyo. We talked to him to know what will be the action plans and also the expectation in this new post.
It is a very big challenge. We competed to achieve this. Yesterday, they gave me the news that I was selected as director. As I said, it is a great challenge that has some actions and some very important challenges that were embodied in the statutes with 70 members that make up this organization. We want to influence all the actions and socio-economic management and look at San Andres from a sustainable theme through those 5 pillars that we have in the organization that are based in sports, culture, education, and productivity. Under that, we want to build what we have.
El director resalta el trabajo comunitario que han venido realizando en Providencia y que seguirán implementando estrategias para las mejoras en el municipio.
Now we need to start the construction of the community centers, but that is step by step, and we depend on the progress of other government actions, and among those are the situation of the land that we already have today, and we are in a process of identifying the land of the structural design.
Important to mention that the director will now have to follow up all the guidelines to comply with all the action plans that benefit all the community of our islands. This is all information I report from here from the town of the island. Continue listening studio with more information.
Thank you, Alice, and continuing with the importance of Emancipation Day, INFOTEP came together to organize an event where the personnel will commemorate the meaning of this day as for the Raizal community.
Hello, Lisa and all the TV viewers. Tomorrow, the INFOTEP institution will celebrate the Emancipation Day, where they will enjoy some cultural activities. The coordinator of language of the institution explained this information.
Tomorrow, we will get one small cultural program about the Creole, so we're inviting all the students from INFOTEP, only INFOTEP students, because of the pandemic and the amount of people can have in the auditorium. We then invite them for a small cultural program that includes gastronomy and music, and also a contest about the kanga and about the ancestral clothing.
In the same line, the teacher highlighted the objective of this celebration.
We did commemorate this program late. Why? Because we had, we were wait for the students to start class and just start last week, and we were there wait for the Ministry of Education saying we could start essentially. So the idea is to come and celebrate with everybody and integrate and make all the people from outside learn about our culture and show them that this date is very important for us.
The event will be carried out from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the INFOTEP institution. That's all the information for now. For Teleislas News, Gisela Livingston. Have a good day.
And at this time of the day, we share an overview of the COVID-19 situation in the department.
Well, Lisa, yes, we continue here from the commercial sector of the island, and we want to take advantage of this space to inform to the community how the COVID situation coming in our department. And as you say, yesterday the National Institute of Health didn't register any new cases of COVID-19 or deaths for our department of coronavirus. This is a good news. This morning, the local government also issued an inform of how the COVID situation coming in our department. So in total, the positive case from the pandemic start is 6,769 cases. The total of active cases actually currently here in our department is 7 cases, 6 for San Andres and 1 for Old Providence. The number of deaths is 133 deaths from the pandemic start, and the ICU occupancy is at 10% actually. From the pandemic start also, the number of proof they make of COVID-19 is 36,579. This is the condition of how the situation, the COVID situation coming in our department, and of course Teleislas News will be making a following up of how the situation of COVID coming, and later on we will be actualizing this information. This is all Lisa, Silbert Michelle Archibald for Teleislas News.
Thank you, Silbert. And regarding the Fiscal Control National Congress to be held in San Andres next week, we will continue. Just after sport, we will continue with more news.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Llegaron los deportes. Continúa el proceso de actividad en el baloncesto para que los jóvenes mantengan continuidad en este deporte.
Buscando que los jóvenes tengan continuidad en el baloncesto, los entrenadores Waldir Vázquez y Truman Bell continúan un proceso de entrenamiento a algunos jóvenes en las canchas.
Hello, here are the best sports of the islands. The basketball activity process continues so that young players maintain continuity in this sport.
In an effort to ensure continuity in basketball, coaches Waldir Vázquez and Truman Ben continue the training process for some of the youngsters on the courts of the Pink Coliseum. The idea is to give them continuity, training them in their free time so that the players can acquire more fundamentals and not lose the rhythm of basketball. This is what one of the coaches told us.
First of all, is more for the kids them, the children them, and we have different categories, but right now this morning here we got them from 16, 18 years, maximum, to motivate the children them and to continue practice the basketball. After all, we have the COVID-19 with, a lot of them will stop, and when coming back home to the playground, we have a lot of children from all area of the island, all different sections of the island come out here and practice, and we're working out here with what we have, and, not much, but we can do something for the children.
Continuity in basketball process is one of the utmost importance for young people to maintain a good level, as stated by these coaches.
This is all in sports for the moment. I am Victor Fusalva, Teleislas News.
The process of sports begins with the young athletes. In this period of formation and growth as professionals, players often have setbacks. Germán Paredes is one of these coaches who have lived positive and negative experiences with his players. One of these players who is enjoying success right now after several setbacks in his career is Tito Polo, who is now enjoying one of his best seasons in the Mexican League. This is what Germán Paredes shared about setbacks.
Por la oportunidad después del pequeño tropiezo que hubo en las carreras de Tito Polo.
After the small setback in Tito Polo's career, we thank God that the doors opened for him again. He was signed by the Generals of Mexico, where he was the second best hitter of the whole season in Mexico, with all the foreigners there. There he was chosen as draft number 1 over all the foreigners in the league. He was drafted as the best foreigner for the Winter League in Mexico. I thank God that Tito has resumed his sports career and has gone from a great start. With the hand of God and what Tito Polo has, he can go very far. In sports, there are always setbacks, but you fall and you always have to know how to stand up. Tito Polo has had several setbacks and has always stood up. For the youth of today, here we have many coaches, not only Germán Paredes, here is Hollis Watson, Aurora Lopez, David May, Ricardo Davis. Everyone, we all have the ability to teach them. The only thing we want is for them to come to the stadium. We are all available.
It is very important to know how to pick yourself up when you stumble in your sporting life. An example of this is Tito Polo.
Hard falling in sport are experiences that can become positive for the success of an athlete.
And as we mentioned before, regarding the Fiscal Control National Congress to be held in San Andres next week, the Fiscal Control body will also organize a parallel seminar for young people.
This is a workshop for young students from public and private educational institutions in the department to learn and strengthen their knowledge in citizen participation and environmental fiscal control.
We know the capacity that young people have, so we want to train them in fiscal control. This will be in the auditorium of the Cajasay facilities. All young people will have the opportunity to be trained in environmental fiscal control. Therefore, the invitation is for young people to begin integrate into the care of public and environmental resources.
The training day will be held on August 18 and 19 in the auditorium of the Cajasay facilities. The registration process to access one of the available spaces is done through the email at taylor@contraloriaside.gov.co or through the cell phone number 316-865-8659.